and welcome back to Shit They Do Not Tell You.
Hi, it's Shit They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo.
And my name is Stephen Paul Green, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Let's not dox ourselves.
You like that?
No.
And if you want to email me, stevegreen344@yahoo.com.
Isn't it like make more money or something like that? Like dollar bills, something?
My actual email is dollar bills, more money with a G.
69.
More money, more problems @gmail.com.
Isn't there 69 in there?
No, why would there be?
Disappointing.
What would that do?
Usually you put 69 in there.
That would lower the world.
Pretty sure you put 69 in there.
That would lower the world. Okay, so today, indeed, we are talking about people who need relationship help.
Oh.
There's quite a few of them out there.
Are they out there right now?
In this world, there are people out there who need relationship help.
Okay.
And we are the beacon, the light.
Oh, yeah.
That shines through the darkness. But we're not experts.
If
we're just the light.
Come for us.
Who sues the light? You'd be crazy.
Who sues the light?
You'd be crazy to sue a light.
Don't sue the light or the beacon.
Please don't sue the beacon.
Don't sue the bacons. Don't sue Kevin Bacon.
Don't sue Kevin Bacon. No, you can't. Everyone knows him.
Everyone knows that.
All right, here we go. I just found out, 34 female, I would have no claim on my fiance's 35 male marital home. And I feel deceived and I don't know how to proceed.
Why?
So I've been engaged.
Why does she care?
I've been engaged to my fiance, Matt, for 6 months now. I'm also 7 months pregnant.
Okay.
Have a 4-year-old child from a previous marriage as well.
Okay.
We had plans to marry 5 months ago, but his grandpa passed away. He kicked it pretty hard. In order to observe the mourning period, we postponed our wedding. Now I'm making this post precisely because I read another story here about a husband who tried to financially screw his wife over by getting his dad's name on the property and then transferring it to him. So the property isn't connected at all to the marriage and by extension, the wife. You get it now?
A little bit.
It's a little conspiratorial, but we'll see.
So she read this other post and she's like, what if my fiance's doing that?
What if? Okay. She built the story in her head.
Right.
I'm also a stay-at-home parent to my 4-year-old, and I have been nesting for our baby on the way. My fiance has been in the family business with his dad for many years now. We rent right now. I already knew of my fiance's plans for our first home together, which is currently in the process. He has put down deposits for our home in his dad's name, which will be transferred to him shortly. He also said that this was for tax purposes, and I never bothered doing any research on this, but now I can see this was to ensure that he doesn't lose the house in case we separate, or so she thinks. We have a prenup, as I have talked to him about this, and I agree that this is his asset from money saved over the years, and now I can't help but wonder if I should have known better. I don't have a good feeling about this, especially since we've been having talks about reviewing our prenup. He's just doing this to ensure the prenup doesn't get overturned. That's why he wants to do it. And he needs this to feel secure in our relationship. Before meeting this, I was living by a child support, and I still am, and private tutoring kids. But after getting pregnant, I wanted to focus on family, stop working. I mean, I can pick up tutoring anytime. I am licensed. But the fact that I cannot have any claim on our marital home seems wrong. How should I proceed?
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like they were already working this out ahead of time.
Yeah.
I don't see where the rug got pulled.
Well, it seems like you alluded to, she basically heard something and went, that's what he's doing.
Well, it sounds like he was kind of clear about that, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a
with
secret.
The prenup and
yeah, it was like, hey, whatever I inherit here is mine before the marriage. And then, with a prenup, it means that anything you build together afterwards. I mean, I don't know if I would have agreed to the original terms. Like she said, I agree, it's his asset, right?
Yeah,
she says that.
Yeah.
So I don't see where the problem is. The problem would be in the disagreement of right, wouldn't it be like the disagreement that like this should be our shared asset?
Yeah.
And if it's not a disagreement, I don't see where the problem is.
I don't disagree with you, actually.
Right. So I don't know. That's why I'm confused at where the rug pull is. Like, It sounds like in the post she read, the wife was not
Let me
aware.
give you some additional context that might rock your world.
Okay.
He is majorly financing the house through his savings plus sale of 1% shares. It also includes some of my own savings accumulated over the years, 10% of the whole initial deposit value. So she's giving 10%, he's doing the rest.
Does he agree that she contributed 10%?
It doesn't say that. She says, I know my contribution is small in her next edit. She's like, my contribution is small, but I still came forward and offered to finance some part of our new home. He took it, and now I feel foolish. So she's like on the bandwagon of like, I fucked up.
I don't feel that's true.
Like, I agree with you.
I just think
that she's having his kid. It's like, it's not exactly like a raw deal.
Yeah, like what do you mean a raw deal?
Well, I mean, like she's having a kid, so it's not like, oh, there's no options for her if he decides to say it's the worst case scenario and he's Lex Luthor and he's fucking her over. And he's like, no, you're not getting the house and all this shit. And we have a prenup. Go fuck yourself. She still has his baby. Like he will have to pay for the baby. They will have to pay for the life of the baby. Mm-hmm. So it's not like she's completely clocked out, you know?
I don't know. I think those are like separate things, but
yeah.
I just don't get when it comes to this house thing. It sounds like that was already an agreement that it wouldn't be hers. Look, in my opinion, I wouldn't agree to these terms. Like, I think that if you're gonna get married to something, like you're building a life together, and you should have equal share in the thing. But also, she said she was living off child support. Maybe he was scared that she was going to marry him and like run with the money if they divorce or something. So like a prenup already, it just kind of starts off with trust issues.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's very little details. So maybe I'm just jumping to conclusions or like assuming some things, but like, I don't know. It sounds like they already agreed his asset is this house. So
someone says, a response from Easy Peach says, hey, never give money towards a house that isn't in your name.
Yeah.
So like, even though she's contributing like, less than 10% or just about right. It's like, hey, don't even do that.
Well, she would
it's
have
not in your name, but it's in his father's name, right?
I don't know. I think that, yeah, maybe. And then it's like going to be an inheritance.
But basically. Then like, that's all good for him if like it works out. But like, yeah. So that's like the counterpoint to the whole thing.
What? That she contributed to it?
Well, she contributed to it, but it's not in her name at all, so it doesn't do anything for her if she's like locked out.
Yeah, I think that there should be an acknowledgement that she contributed a percentage to and owns a percentage of this house.
That's ultimately what I think.
But like, why? I don't know why she would say, I agree that it's his asset. Like, she should have something in writing, and if they're redoing their prenup, like that should be part of the writing, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, and this is something that a lawyer should be dealing with.
Love it. Okay, next one. Here
Seems
we go.
less like relationship issues, other than the fact that it doesn't seem like there's trust in this relationship.
That's ultimately what I thought was interesting about it.
She doesn't trust him now.
She doesn't trust him now, and she's treating him like an enemy on Reddit, even. Like,
and he seems like he doesn't trust her to like not take the money and run.
Yeah.
If you're already planning on separation.
It's almost like she's meeting his energy in the middle, but it's like super down there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I, 37 male, found a pair of panties of my wife, 32 female, with an open satchel of condoms in her car. Should I leave her? We were married for 7 years. We have 2 kids, one 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. We were happily married. A few hours ago, I found her panties in an open condom satchel while I was cleaning our vehicles. Satchel. He says sachet. I don't know what the fuck that is. But
I don't know.
He's probably Australian or something. While I was cleaning our vehicles, it was in her car under the passenger seat. The condom isn't mine. I don't have that kind of kink. Having sex in a car, he says. I was initially heartbroken, but I wasn't so shocked. I'm just sad and disappointed right now. I haven't confronted her about this. Good thing she's on a 1-week business trip right now, so I have time to sort my feelings. AKA she's banging whoever it is. Currently, she's the breadwinner because I quit my job during the pandemic and took the role of house husband to take care of her and our kids. She's in no position to quit her job because she holds a very important role as one of the division chiefs in one of our government's agencies. So she travels a lot. She's very busy. She's married to her job. I selflessly chose and swallowed my pride. This guy's like posturing pretty hard on this. I selflessly chose, swallowed my pride to sacrifice myself because my job wasn't paying well. Compared to hers, she was in a better position than me. Choosing the path was the best choice for our family, not for me, but for our family. I have my own business. Hasn't quite gained a lot of attention right now. I'm torn if I should leave the house with the kids, go to my aunt's house for a while. But I don't want to add to her problems because she is sickly old. In our country, there is no divorce, but adultery is a crime. If I file for adultery, That would mean I ruin her career and put her in jail, and the well-being of our kids would also be in jeopardy.
What country is this?
It doesn't say yet. If I find, yeah, adultery is no joke here. Everyone will know and talk about it for quite a while, and I don't want my kids to experience that kind of pain. Should I suck it up, continue to be a pushover, keep it a secret, continue being a loving husband and a loving father to our kids, or should I be selfish for once, taking back my pride as a man and breaking up my family? I don't care what happens to me. All I want is for my kids to be happy and grow with a mom and dad, because I haven't experienced that growing up with parents. She's indeed a good mom for the kids. It's probably one of the most saddest things that's ever happened to me after my mom and dad died.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy and like super intense.
Yeah.
I think all of his concerns are valid, especially if it's like a country that punishes adultery like that harshly.
Legit.
Where it's like a crime, and it's also like it ruins your entire livelihood. Yeah, that's rough, because like I don't think he should have to stand for that, but I also can understand why he wouldn't want the mother of his kids to like go down in flames.
Apparently, people think that this is in the Philippines, but nobody really knows because I guess they have like crazy laws there. But yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because
it's
like
a tough one, man.
If free will was in place, where like the person wouldn't get persecuted so hard.
Well, yeah, and like, okay, so the reason why I chose this one is because you found panties one time in our house.
Yeah.
They were not yours.
I know.
So, like, what do you think of that shit?
I don't know. I thought it was funny. Like, yeah, they were in our dryer, and like,
It's like, hey, dude, Steve Green's like getting it in probably, huh?
Nah. I just can't picture it.
You don't think I'm that cool? You don't think
And if you are, like, I don't know, you just don't exhibit any signs of cheating. Like, I don't feel unloved or like you're distant or anything. So like, good for you.
Thank you.
You got away with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, what if I am the guy who just has it all?
You got away with it.
What if I could just get away with it and like, clear conscious and like, yeah, it's.
Then good for you.
Thank you.
I applaud you.
Seriously, thank you.
Because if I don't feel unloved, like,
it's all Gucci anyway.
It's Gucci.
Gucci.com, babe.
I mean,
I love you.
Be like.
I'm so glad you like this.
Well, I mean, I wasn't like this with everybody, because like my previous exes gave me reason to feel like they would cheat on me, or like there was something shady going on, and then I was right. And I just didn't feel that way with this pair of panties.
As I've said many times, I legitimately think it's just one of your gal pals left it over, and that's what happened. But yeah, I definitely.
But this seems different. There's no like, it's not like there was an open condom packet. Next to it. Like, that would be weird. If I found that would raise a lot more eyebrows, because
you don't think it's like a quinky dink?
No, because he says he doesn't wear condoms with her.
Yeah.
So, and we don't. So like,
good point.
If there was an open condom packet, like, who was that used on?
Yeah.
Pretty weird.
Good point.
Yeah, like I think his suspicions are very warranted with that added thing. Like, if you just found a pair of my panties in my car, like, who cares?
Yeah.
But then combined with a condom that we don't even use, like condoms.
No.
That's pretty sus.
Not to brag, but we haven't used condoms in a minute.
But like, I would confront my wife about it first, and also like so that she knows, like, I'm not gonna rat you out to the feds.
Yeah. I agree.
But like, I'm really heartbroken. I would definitely have the conversations of being hurt, and like, trust is broken, and you're pretty hurt by her actions, and like, give her a chance to like apologize or
the situation.
Say something about the situation. But because then you won't feel like a pushover, like, because even though you're not ratting your wife out to the authorities, like, you still deserve some resolution in your emotion.
Sometimes you can, by the way, try to at least solve it in your own home.
Yeah,
before,
exactly.
Shit
That's what
crazy.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I love that.
But it's just sad to me that like, if that was a deal breaker, like your wife cheating on you, that you can't just break up without the entire
it's crazy
country like knowing that, and her losing her job and all these other repercussions, that like, why can't it just be a personal thing?
That's why it's so interesting. it's fascinating because of how spoiled we are, frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
I know. Agreed.
Because like, you should have the option to
just walk away.
Be like, this didn't work out.
Yeah.
From both parties.
They fucked up. Well, they fucked up, and then you got to like.
Well, both parties, because we don't know the wife's point of view. Like maybe he's a bad husband to her, and like she can't break up with him because there's no divorce, and so she has to just do things on the low. Like we don't know the wife's side either.
Speaking of bad husbands, are you ready for this one?
What?
My 27 female. This is 27 female talking about this. Husband, 27 male, keeps forgetting important dates. What can I do?
So he forgets important dates.
Yep.
Like what?
I had my daughter late last year, and my husband has a habit of forgetting important life events for me. He has previously forgotten my birthday and our anniversary as well.
That's a red flag.
His excuse every time is that he gets so busy with work and has no time to prepare.
No.
This time was a little different than before because it was such a milestone for me. I made sure it was very upfront and clear with what I wanted. I'm not big into presents as I'm picky. We both know this. I picked out my own gift. He ordered it. No problem or resentment about this at all. It makes things easier on us. What I'm upset about really is the lack of any effort on his part. I set up a calendar reminder to go off twice about Mother's Day. Once 2 weeks before and once 2 days before.
Oof.
This was to help him not forget and leave things to the last minute where they do not get done. He ignored them, obviously.
Yeah.
I made it clear I wanted him to do, all I wanted him to do was pick out a card for me. So I would have a sweet keepsake from him to mark the milestone.
Yeah.
He got home from work. No card.
Oh.
He wished me happy Mother's Day. Gave me a kiss. Offered to take me out to dinner. I'm happy with dinner. But again, this shows no effort on his part from what she wanted.
Right.
All I wanted from him was for him to take 2 minutes out of his day, think about me, pick out a damn card. He could tell I was upset. I asked what's up. I asked him, where's my card? He gave me the same old work was so busy. I've had a rough week, so I didn't have time.
It's not that hard to swing by a CVS and pick up a card.
Blah, blah, blah. That's what she says.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Then he started to get upset with me, saying that a card shouldn't be that big of a deal. I told him I was upset. It's not the first time something like this has happened. It's not the day snuck up on him.
Yeah.
He had time to stop at a store, grab himself food, and he had time to grab a cart. He had time to shop on Amazon, throw a card in the cart.
Yeah.
To me, there's really no excuse for it. It's hurtful. I get that he works really hard to support our family. I'm very appreciative of that. All I wanted was 2 minutes spent at the dollar store to pick up a card on his own. I'm not asking for much. Damn, this chick is awesome.
Yeah.
She's not asking for anything.
I mean, like, barely anything.
Holy shit.
I mean, that's valid. I don't like that. Like, so he's invalidating her feelings because it's like, it's such a minor thing. And she's saying it's such a minor thing, and yet you still couldn't do it.
And, you know, that's what people are saying. It's like, if he wanted to, he would.
He would have, yeah.
And that's the thing.
And, like, why would you purposely...
And you should look forward
he
to
ignored the calendar reminders.
That's
so he
rough.
looked at them and like, said...
Made
turned
no
them
plans.
off, yeah.
It is, by the way, Mother's Day is like a 2-month event where, like, every time you go to CVS, there's cards there.
Yeah, and it's really sad that she even had to do all that, like set reminders for him to do the thing that it's not even going to be a surprise, but at least she has a little physical keepsake.
Yeah.
You know, this happened like early on in our relationship where I wanted a card for like my birthday or something. It was whatever, but it was more just like
you wanted a post.
Well, there was that, but like
that was the big thing.
The physical card was a big deal because I like to keep it in my journal.
Yeah.
And over the years, I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. But like for a long time, the cards or a post or whatever, the post took over the cards. You wanted the post. Well, that took over the cards. Yeah. I like cards.
Exactly.
But I'll take a post. Yeah. But I like cards.
But I always got you. I always got you.
Yeah.
Always.
I mean, but like I remember us getting in a fight where I didn't want to get into an argument.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's so silly.
Yeah.
But also it meant a lot that I had seen you do that before in a previous relationship, and then you didn't do it for me. Exactly. So I'm like, did you like her more?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that was me just like overreacting, I think, to like what I used to do.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, well, now my relationship is just more, it's like more raw and real and like all this bullshit. Mm-hmm. Like you just tell yourself things. And then I just overreacted.
Yeah, I wanted you, because at the time you had tweeted every year on your ex's birthday.
Correct.
And then, or on her birthday. And then it was my birthday and you didn't tweet anything.
Yep.
And I was like, cool, I don't want to start an argument, but also like I can't pretend I didn't notice.
But
like I noticed,
for me, I was like, well, I told you happy birthday, like in our life. I gave you things, presents, cards, all that shit.
But credit to you, didn't invalidate my feelings.
Correct.
So this guy is invalidating her feelings.
Correct.
And it just doesn't feel like
babe,
he cares.
I'm just busy, babe.
It doesn't feel like he cares about her.
Busy, honey, baby. I'm busy.
And it doesn't matter to me, like the putting food on the table thing. Like, cool. Like, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that every day. Yeah. Like, I'm looking for one little minute form of appreciation for having your daughter or whatever. Yeah. Like,
you're also a self-motivated person too. Like, you're not like the chick who waits for her husband to pay for like her entire fucking existence.
Yeah, like
you're a person who
if
like
you
does your
didn't
own
put
thing.
food on the table, if I was like, you know, if this was me in this situation, I have confidence I could put food on the table.
Correct.
Like, I just don't view that part as like it's
the
not
biggest value add.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
It's like you can simultaneously put food on the table and then also do this one little thing for me on Mother's Day that happens once a year, and it's my first one. Yeah. That's like pretty valid.
100%.
And her like having to ask him several times, and like I don't think time
and the way that she did it, it was so almost maternal. Talking about Mother's Day, where she's like, "Hey, I set like 4 reminders." Holy shit!
So sad.
And he still fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
He just doesn't like you.
That's pretty sad.
To me, that's a breakup button, and that's like he doesn't like you.
No, he's checked out.
Yeah, he's completely checked out.
Yeah.
And like the job is the excuse, and he'll use it forever.
For sure.
To stay away from you.
If that's been working, it has.
Yep. And she's appreciative, like she says, and like he got as far as he could with it, but now it's all exhausted. There's nothing left, brother.
Yeah, and he can use that to make her feel crazy, like. She made this big of a deal over a card, even though I do all this other stuff for her. And it's like, it's not about the card.
If you're at a bar with a bunch of other bitter dudes, they'll all agree with you. But like, we all know that's
women
bullshit.
are crazy.
Exactly.
It's like, it's not about the card.
Exactly.
It's about the principle.
She made that very clear.
Yeah.
Think about me, dude.
That's it. Take 2 seconds out of your day.
Honestly, it really hurts to hear this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like she loves this guy. She wants all this shit to work out. Please think of me. And he's like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so devastating.
It's pretty sad.
Anyway, we're going on break, but when we come back, we promise it'll be better. It'll be more uplifting.
I hope so.
I think so.
It's a pretty sad one.
No, I think so.
Like people being cheated on.
I know.
Partners not loving them.
Look, dude, people need help out there, but
it's also sad because like they all have kids involved, so it's like it's more complicated than just being like, I deserve better and I'm gonna walk away. It's like, well. Yeah, I understand the predicament because it's not just about you at that point.
But you can't.
Yeah.
If you like the show, nothing helps the show more than joining our Patreon. Patreon.com/sticky. You get the show.
STIKKI.
Thank you. You get the show a day early. Also do a show every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time called Crypto Corner. We go deep on crypto. People know that. We've been rocking this fucking entire market. It's been awesome. And also, we do a live stream every month where we do a free roll poker tournament.
Yep.
You can be part of it. So
I think it's double this month because we didn't do it last month.
It will be, and it'll be fun.
Because I was gone for 2 weeks.
I've never been without you for 2 weeks.
That's why we missed a podcast episode. It was insane. We have never been apart that long in our entire relationship.
No.
Of almost 11 years now. Our anniversary is this month.
It was devastating.
And for 11 years, we have never been away from each other that long.
And it was honestly extremely difficult.
It was extremely depressing.
Saying that,
no.
It's not just like, by the way, it's not like, oh, well, Nikki just missed home. It's like, no, we missed each other.
No, it was like very depressing.
Yeah. Same.
I felt like I was Tom Hanks on that island.
Yeah. I watched that movie while you're
with the volleyball. Did you really?
I'm not kidding.
That's how I felt.
I did too.
Just felt like I had to survive.
I really did too.
That's so funny.
I was like, you know what? I was like, they'll find this on my office wall. It'll say like, Nikki Limo, Memphis, Tennessee, I love her. Because that's what he wrote before he sailed into the, into the drink. Yeah, I was like, man, this is like crazy. If not for the kitties, I was like.
I know, I didn't have kitties. I didn't have husbands.
The kitties, so thank God.
I had
the babies.
I had a tornado outside, and at least I had shelter.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Seriously, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you were good.
Yeah.
And I'm sad for everyone in Iowa who weren't. Man, fuck.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It was pretty
sad.
scary.
Crazy sad and scary.
But yeah. Anyway,
BRB.
We will be back. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you thanks for listening to our podcast. And if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us.
Listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
As a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
Like, we're not desperate. We're like kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
Back to our podcast.
Jenny Blythe.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
Back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show. And welcome back. So we're talking about 30 male, found out the girl I was dating, 26 female, has previously slept with her best guy friend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's rough. We've talked about this kind of stuff before.
Yeah, exactly. I've been seeing a girl since last October. Things got more serious since about January. Everything was going well, and towards the end of March, I was going to ask her to be my girlfriend. It's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Something felt off, though. Throughout the time, she had been texting another guy often, and they'd meet up one-on-one every 2 weeks or so. I trusted her, and I chose to play it cool. She was always open about seeing him, what they would do, but they'd go for dinner, and she went to his house. To me, it felt disrespectful. Before asking her out, I wanted to make sure there was no history to be aware of, so I asked. Turns out, yeah, actually, a few years back, they dated over a summer and had slept together once in December, early stages of our dating.
Oh.
I was shocked, and combined with the closeness of their continued relationship, when we were more serious, I felt hurt. Over the course of a week or so, we talked through everything, agreed to try again from square one. We agreed a boundary that she would cut communications with him while we rebuilt our relationship. Anyway, a few days later, after we had decided to try again, they exchanged messages and had a date.
What?
In the diary to meet up a few weeks later. Agreed before everything happened, but wasn't canceled. It took her 4 days to mention the exchange to me, which she had said was because things were just back on track and she didn't want to disrupt that. To me, that was a boundary crossed and the trust was gone.
Yeah.
And I've now ended it. It's torn me up inside because I really did like her. But I know if I tried again now, contact won't be ceased. I'll continue feeling these emotions. Yeah. She's been pleading for us to try again. She'd step back from the friendship with him. Seems like it's really important, though, to her.
Right.
She's not willing to cut him off. I just felt like it would be a huge risk to start again in a matter of time before something else happened that would send me into a spiral. Did he do the right thing?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I mean, I know it's
this
easier
seems
said
obvious
than
to
done.
people. Exactly. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like when you're in it and you really like somebody, this is so hard to do. And that's why just extra kudos for him to do it.
For real.
But like,
you could tell.
Believe people when they tell you who they are.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like doing it that soon after deciding they were going to start from scratch. Okay, how many clean slates does this girl need?
Bro, you can't sleep together once with somebody and then continue hanging with them while you're in a new thing.
Well, but also, aside from all that, let's say like they really did agree for clean slate, like pulled the arrows out, blah, 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 start from scratch. You couldn't make it 4 days without going on a date with your guy friend again?
Tell me about it.
4 days?
Or planning on it, yeah.
4 days?
I know.
Not even a week? Yeah, that's just so unserious that I am so happy for him to like that he actually set and stood by his boundary
the trigger on it,
of like, all right, that's it. You know, like we were going to second chance it and now it's done. Like, that was the second chance. You blew it.
It's not easy though.
I know.
It's really not.
I know. It's super tough.
But also, if I knew you were hanging with somebody that you had sex with previously, that changes everything. I'm sorry.
To me, that's less important other than the fact that she slept with him in the early aughts of them dating. That part is like...
Well, yeah, but to me, that just changes everything. It's just disrespectful up and out.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have as much of a problem with like, as much as like...
If I was...
If you're going out to dinner with that person...
Right.
and stuff. That's
and
like,
that's what they're saying.
I know exactly those little details. But if you're just talking to someone that you used to sleep with,
talking in what sense? Like we see each other because we're at a job.
Like, yeah, or
that's
like,
not the same.
Or you text each other here and there. Like, it's not like I would love it, but like it wouldn't be like that big of a deal.
Breaking,
Like, it wouldn't be like, why does
But if it's like, I have to see this person in real life and like have food with them because they're so important to me, and we also banged in the past. To me, you're done. It's over.
It's still, you guys still have feelings for each other.
Correct.
Like, because why do you need to do that?
Correct.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
0.0 sense.
One of you still has feelings, or both of you, or whatever. I don't know why you're even playing with this guy's feelings.
No, correct.
Yeah, in my opinion, there's literally no reason you would need to do that.
Yeah. Okay, next.
And especially the level of secrecy like adds an extra layer to it.
Well, yeah, you're not there.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
No.
Not for a second. Here we go. My 23 female boss, who's 45 and female, told everyone except for me that I'm rude. How would I go about this? So here we go.
Maybe you're rude.
They're saying the boss's name will be Jen in this scenario. Okay. I work reception at a surgical center. I've worked in this position before, but only been at this office for 5 months. When it was time for my 90-day evaluation, Jen told me I didn't need one, said I was thriving, and it was not necessary. Since then, the only feedback I've gotten has been positive. I've taken a lot of extra tasks, so she loves to kiss my ass about that. Last week, one of my coworkers told me that Jen had been discussing how rude I am with patients. Evidently,
with patients, huh?
Yes. Evidently, there were about 5 or 6 other people present for this conversation. I went to Jen later in the week and asked if she thought I was rude. She got really upset. She said she knew exactly why I was asking this, and she will not deal with gossip or, quote, petty bullshit. Ironic, she says in parentheses, but okay. Then she transitioned to, while you're here, though, yes, you are rude. I asked her for examples. She couldn't give me any. Ultimately, she said I just come off, quote, too direct. Side note to address that, some of the girls there talk to patients like they're young children, think baby talk. I talk to them in my customer service voice, but I also like adult human beings, so I don't agree with Jen's take. But yeah, she talks like an adult.
Yeah, I wonder what area this is at.
That's a good question. I feel weird about this office now. Like, is there a problem with me? Come to me. That's how I am. How the hell am I supposed to fix this when I don't know? I'm considering leaving now, but I don't want to be rash here. Looking for advice.
Well, I don't think it's that drastic that she has
to
drastic. Leave.
Yeah, I don't think it's drastic.
Yeah, but she says she's considering leaving now.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, like I don't think it needs to get to that, but I understand like the emotions of wanting to be like, how dare you? I like I work my ass off here, and you even acknowledge that, and now you're calling me rude. I get like why she would be offended.
Yeah,
but
the thing that offends me about this, so the boss will talk about you behind your back.
Yeah, in front of patients.
Say all the real things, exactly. And in front of other people who work with you. And then when you confront them about it, they go, what the fuck? Where'd you hear that from? But also, yes, it's true.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm like, no,
the boss
is a
caught.
scumbag.
Yeah, the boss got caught right.
Scumbag.
And the boss should just apologize and move on.
The boss has poor leadership skills.
And there's no examples that she can cite other than just like, oh, you're too direct.
Exactly. Dude, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think this is a good one because like there's a lot of coworker stuff out there. And
I think setting boundaries in all of these examples is just so key. And then like making sure that people don't disrespect those boundaries or like really sticking to your guns. So maybe she can be like, you know, if this is something that you really have a problem with, maybe I'm not a good fit here. And like she's thinking of actually leaving. She could word it like that. Otherwise, like I was under the impression that I was doing a good job and that's why I didn't need a review and XYZ.
Okay.
And to me, it's not gossip.
Let's talk about when relationships are weighted though.
Okay.
How do I, 21 female, break up with 25 male after one date? I, 21 female, met this guy, 25 male, online about a week ago. We decided to go out because we had many things in common. However, he seems far too invested in the relationship. It's been one date.
One date?
One date.
They met online?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Before we even met, he was calling me pet names and kept telling me he was thinking about me all day. Guys, don't come on this thick, guys.
I don't even know if I could go on a date.
I know. I picked this one because I want people to remember this. Okay.
These are red flags.
Yeah. I do not know if that's normal because she's new.
Yeah, she's 21.
Right. As this is my first time going on a date / being in a potentially romantic relationship. Also, there were times where I feel like he ignored my boundaries and wanted to move faster than I wanted.
Eek.
On top of that, he was 20 minutes late to our date. He seems like a nice guy, just not the guy for me. I don't want to just ghost him, but I want to try to minimize the hurt from rejection. Any advice?
I think it's okay to ghost if it was one date and the guy's coming on too strong.
Okay, this is a great question,
yeah.
Right? So is it okay to just ghost somebody, or is it better to just tell them what they did wrong so they never live with...
See, this is where it gets tricky. You
fix
really have to sniff out the person because there's a lot of guys that don't understand this and think that women are just acting irrationally.
That's me.
But men are... there are men, and it's not like a rare circumstance either. It's like, this is way more common than I think guys give credit for, because when you think about guys, you're just thinking about you, like, oh, I would never do this. But way more often than not, guys react extremely aggressive to being rejected, like in a way where it's scary. And, women have gotten hurt, women have gotten killed, and it's not a really uncommon circumstance for a guy to go after you or something, or to like chew you out, or like be verbally abusive or emotionally abusive or something crazy, because they're like, they can't control they can't control their emotions, and rejection is like the worst thing for them. That's like the most humiliating thing. So if it's a guy who is already coming on this strong, you'd have to really sniff it out, because like there's a non-zero chance that if she doesn't reject him in the most delicate way, that he could snap on her. And I think that nobody wants to go through that. Like, even if you say, oh, it's just words though, it's just like, let the guy get his feelings out. But it's like, yeah, but I just don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Like, especially when I wouldn't do that. If I was rejected, I wouldn't go on a tirade. Yeah. It's just like, a lot of guys think that's just okay to like really like chew the woman out. And like, this has happened to me a few times
by me,
and I don't even and I haven't even dated that many people, but like in my one little era of being single, I think I went on actual dates with like 6 guys, and when I came to the rejection part, like, I don't know if we're a good fit, 2 of them like got really verbally abusive with me.
You told me that,
and it was scary.
What did they say?
They were like I don't know what the fuck, who the fuck you think you are, like that kind of stuff.
You're not that
like,
hot.
A lot of F-bombs, a lot of like, you're too stupid to get it. Like, you're going to go running back to your ex, like, because they're using things I had opened up with. As weapons. Yeah, exactly. As like vulnerability things. They use it as weapons to make, like, you hurt me and now I'm going to hurt you. And it's like, bro, like, I'm not trying to hurt you. Yeah. That's the difference. Like, you're trying to hurt me. Clearly. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I don't think that this is going to work out at the pace that you want it. I think we should just be friends. And you're being like, fuck you, and like going crazy.
Another hurt-peopling you big time.
Yeah, and it's scary, especially when you know my address. Like, these guys knew my address. Yeah. We had hung out before they had my phone number. They know I live alone. You know, like there was it's not like just an easy thing to. I know it sounds shitty to ghost someone, but sometimes, like, depending on the person, if you get a vibe where they're like way too into it, like obsessed, like you know, like, I don't know exactly if that being extreme, because only she knows, but like, I don't know. There's some guys that when they're that invested and you reject them, they get scary.
That's why I wanted to bring this one up, because I don't think it's just talked up enough.
Yeah, I see on Twitter all the time, like guys being like, oh, what's an overreaction? Why wouldn't the girl just do this? And it's like, bro, you have no idea, actually. It's like,
just be classy, scary. Girls. Hey, be classy out there. It's like, I
actually saw this video of, there was this gay guy, and and I liked his TikTok about it, but so he was like recording himself doing something, and then the part he shows is like, this girl walks by and he goes, hey, I like your dress. And the girl goes, I have a boyfriend. And he's like, oh, sorry. girl, I love your dress. And he makes his voice gayer, quote unquote.
Emotes.
And he's like, the way I had to gay my voice to make her feel safe. But then he goes into a whole video about how like this is actually necessary because blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the guys in the comments were like, that was a bitch, like what a bitchy response to go to like, I have a boyfriend instead of like why are you assuming things? It's like, no, that is after many, many different ways of trying to get a guy to stop talking to you. That might be the most successful way. Whereas they respect another guy's property.
One of my favorite videos I did on the tubes was getting Lauren Francesca, a friend of ours, to walk down Venice Beach. And then anytime guys would hit on her, we had her mic'd up and I could hear everything. Mm-hmm. And all my shit was real. So that was the worst part of it. Is like, okay, well, this guy just hit on her with his line. Yeah. So then I had my two guys that I used for the Bang Bus pranks, like Robert Rex and Shaka. I had them like walk up to these guys and use the same exact lines on the exact same guy who just said that shit to Lauren Francesca. Yeah. And they were so pissed off. But it's the same line.
It's the same line.
Same line.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's exactly what you're saying about Twitter. It's like guys do this bullshit where they're like, oh, but like, what's so bad about that? It's so benign. Like, who cares? Who gives a fuck? It's like, no. You actually get really offended when it's used on you, brother. You get real offended. I saw it with my own eyes.
Right. Well, and they don't. Well, because they're not used to it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and like, and like the guy in this Twitter video, he talks about how once he put the gay voice on, like she was disarmed immediately, where she was like, "Oh, thank God." Right. And there's this whole trend going on right now. I don't know if you heard of this. We brought it up last night, but like. There's this trend of like, would you rather be left alone for a day in the woods with a bear or a random man? And 90% of women are picking bear.
Is that right?
Like, it's like, it's incredible. Like, and when I really think about it, I'm like, really think about it. Like, really think about it. Bear.
Really?
Bear. Like, because the man can do psychotic things to you. Yeah. Like, the man's not just going to maul you to death and you're dead. The man, like, can do...
You know that bears can climb, right?
Fine. Okay. But they'll just kill me. The point is that if the worst thing a bear can do is kill you. Yeah. But the man could do way worse. And I'd rather be dead.
Damn.
And so would the majority of women.
I've seen this trend, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was going to actually surprise you with, like, asking it to you on camera to see what your response would be, because a lot of the guys are like, why would you ever choose bear, like blah blah blah, but it's like a random man. Yeah, I might get lucky and it's just like a random nice dude. Yeah, I might. And like a lot of guys are like, but that's the majority of guys, and it's like, I don't know. Yeah, in like the ratio of guys that have talked to me and interacted, I'd say it's like 65-35. Yeah, I'd say like there's a 35% chance that it's a fucking weirdo. And I don't know if I want to take that chance, because if it is a weirdo that's going to overpower me, I'd just rather die by a bear.
Okay, what about this? What if it's me or a bear?
If it's you or a bear?
Yeah.
Bear. For sure, bear.
I know. Put that on the tea for you.
No, but like, okay, so like if you had the choice to leave me in the woods alone for 24 hours.
Bear.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I
don't disagree with
a lot of guys are like having trouble wrapping their heads around it, and I can understand.
I know them too well.
But yeah, a random guy.
That's the problem.
It's not like you get to choose what guy. No. It's going to be just a random, like, selected from the universe guy.
It's not like my boy is like Mormon or somebody. It's like somebody I don't know.
It's somebody's random.
Yeah. Nothing.
And like I just met enough of the sample.
Yeah.
There's like been I think a sizable sample of guys that I've interacted with over the course of 37 years, and yeah, I don't trust the odds at all. So anyway, back to this situation where it's like, oh, should she ghost him or really like, confront him about it? Well, really depends.
Yeah.
And I would trust the gut feeling.
I agree.
Because there's like a women's intuition thing that is pretty real. Like there's like a gut feeling on how the guy's going to react. And if it's too intense and you think that they might go off, I would just ghost.
Okay, so I don't mean to do this. I pre-planned this, and this is actually not like pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm about to make this a little more complicated.
Okay.
This spirals right into 23 female. How can I break up with my 29 male live-in boyfriend who will become homeless without me?
Eek.
I, 23 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 29 male, for a year now. I love him as a person and a friend. That's why we have lasted this long, but we're incompatible as boyfriend and girlfriend. Overall, I can't see.
She's 19. How much?
She is
23. Okay.
Overall, I can't see myself with him. Like marriage, I know that's his intention with dating. Personality-wise, we work well together. We have fun. Our work ethic, money management, cleaning preferences, etc. are very different.
Yeah.
Recently, the love has evaporated from our relationship. I feel like he's stopped putting in effort. He doesn't initiate anything. This leads me to not want to put in effort because it feels like I'm begging him to love me. I understand relationships aren't always 50-50, but it feels like it's been 80-20 for much longer than it should.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't communicate these feelings with him because he gets angry and he gets sad.
That's another part of it.
And then I have to apologize and nothing changes.
Shouldn't have to apologize for that.
I know communication can be learned, but I voiced these concerns with him about...
This guy's almost 30.
Dude. And I think this all tells me all I need to know. Now, the crux of the issue, however, is that I let him move in with me and my family because he was going to be homeless because he refuses to get a job. I know I'm stupid for doing it. There were several red flags, but like I said, he's a good person. With that being said, he doesn't have family or friends in the area, so I don't know where he would go after we broke up. It's not fair to stay dating for either of us, but I'm also scared of his reaction. Overall, I know he has an issue taking accountability. For example, he enrolled in a math class he didn't have the prerequisites for, and after he got removed, he didn't re-enroll in anything and blamed his college counselor for not making an appointment for him when that was his responsibility. Because of this accountability issue, I'm just scared about how this is going to pan out. I feel trapped. I don't know what my next moves should be.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, to be
Isn't
honest.
It?
Yeah, this guy sounds
This
unhinged.
is like a heightened version of last.
Yeah, because you live with him now.
Yeah.
And like, he's going to blame you.
There's consequences.
He's going to be like, you did this to me. You put me on the streets. Like, oof.
I know.
That's a scary one.
I know.
I would, if I was going to break up with him.
Do you have police present? What do you do? Honestly, it's not dramatic. It's like a good question.
Well, if he doesn't have a history of like doing crazy things, then no. But I mean, if he's been even slightly abusive, then maybe do it in a public place or something.
I think so.
But it's not her responsibility, and she gets that. But also, I get the fear of like, this is an unhinged guy that can't even understand that what he is doing is his fault, and like he can't take any accountability. That's like pretty scary. You have to break up.
Yeah.
Sorry, like that's not even a question. But yeah, the safest way to do that, I would have the conversation and say, you don't have to leave right away. You take like 3 weeks or a couple weeks to figure out where to live.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, like
I get it.
You're a 30-year-old guy. Why should you have to babysit him?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, he has resources, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like, he's a 30-year-old guy.
Also, this girl didn't sign up to like be your mom.
Correct.
Which is basically the role she feels she's in. Because like, he's living in her house under her roof, basically. And like, what is she going to do? Put him on the street? Like, yeah, now you're his mom. Yeah. You're like a parent.
She's mommy for sure.
And if he tries to blame her, it's like as if he's not a 30-year-old guy.
Right.
That's crazy.
And I'm not trying to be like, I don't know. We all get weird about this particular topic. I'm not trying to be like on one team or the other, but I don't think he loves mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Karma is my boyfriend, right? Karma is a god, right? Karma's a relaxing thought. I don't think he loves mother. I don't think he loves Taylor. And that's what bothers me the most about it.
Taylor Swift?
Yeah. Because I think she would advise us well in this particular situation, yeah.
Huh. I don't know how to really, I don't really listen to Taylor Swift music.
Oh, you don't?
I'm not, but
I'm a Swiftie, so.
Are you? Well, maybe you could advise then.
I just did, yeah. I think I took care of it. read like 4
I thought
lyrics.
you meant he doesn't have a good relationship with his mother.
Oh, I don't
also,
want to
Britney Spears' mother, so I don't know why you're
wait,
talking
Britney
about.
Spears' mother? Wait,
Taylor Swift is.
Wait, really?
Younger than me.
Britney's mother? I thought Taylor was mother.
Britney's mother. Yeah, and if I felt unsafe about him living in the same place as me until he figures it out, I would go sleep somewhere else. Like I would go stay at a friend's house. Yeah, I know. Tough. But you have to prioritize your safety too.
I'm with you.
This guy is above if he's truly above reason.
Yeah.
And you feel unsafe. I don't know. And then if it gets too crazy, it's like, I'm going to find somewhere else to live. Sorry, like I'm just not. I'm just going to prioritize my safety.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So like.
You're going to sell out to live wherever you got to live.
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like, I don't want to move, but if this guy can't figure it out and he's like basically squatting in my house, I'm going to move. Now it's the landlord's deal.
So we escalated that situation. Hopefully people aren't in this situation, but if you are, please get help. Holy shit.
I mean, if you feel unsafe, like definitely call authorities and stuff. Yeah. But that's hard. It's a tough one. I mean, you shouldn't have to stay in a relationship just to like shelter some dude's feelings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially he's older than you by that much. Holy shit.
Get it together.
Fucking figure your life out.
This guy needs like some professional help, but he can't 100%. Even get a job. So I don't even know how to.
He can get a job. He just is being an asshole. He's like got it figured out with like her family and shit. Yeah. That's what happens. That's fine.
Boo. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck to you out there.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's a tough one.
Seriously, it's a tough one.
It's a bind.
Anywho, that's all the time we have for today, folks. We hope you're all doing well out there. Yep. Don't forget. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky, STIKKI.
Also, if you personally have questions that you want to submit to us, we take them at podcast@nikki.limo. I think we're going to answer some pretty soon.
Fairly soon.
So if you have any questions, let us know. If you're part of the Patreon, patreon.com/sticky, STIKKI, we will do our best to get to your questions first. So we haven't done a Q&A all year yet, so
let's do it. We're loaded up. We're ready.
It's happening.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Peace.